When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pod on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Mark and I are... Mark, you just seem down today. Are you down because of the Bills? Does that kind of really affect your day?
No, not really. It was just a long day, but I've been thinking a lot about Josh Allen and what he is to that team now.
Well, I have something that may go slightly against... Because it sounds like you're thinking Josh isn't that good.
Well, I'm not saying not good, but they call him an elite quarterback.
Yes.
An elite quarterback doesn't
he hasn't had a game that hasn't had back-to-back. He hasn't had 2 games in a row without turnovers.
Right.
That he's turned.
I don't mind turnovers.
Yeah.
If you win the game, you have 9. If you have 9 turnovers in the game and you win, who gives a fuck, right?
Right.
So, but... I don't know, I mean, elite's a big word right now, and it's just like it looks like he's going in the direction of Drew Bledsoe and Phillip Rivers.
Matt, as you look, Drew Bledsoe, who ended up with Dallas, I think, for a minute.
I wish that's Drew Bledsoe.
Did he go to Dallas?
Bledsoe did for a year.
Yeah.
Drew Brees, he went to the Saints and
he did. Yeah. You said Bledsoe, though, right? Didn't you?
Bledsoe and...
did you say Bledsoe?
Yeah, he did.
Bledsoe was there for a year. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was there for a year.
Misunderstood. Yeah, he was there for a year. He was all right for us. I mean, we had a really bad team back then.
Do you think Josh is going that way?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's you know what? They've taken the running away from him. We and Mark talked about this on the way.
Yeah.
It looks like a different offense.
Uh-huh. They're not letting him be Josh.
They're not letting
him, let him go back to just playing hero ball.
They're playing scared.
Let him put the team on his shoulders like he did last year. You're keeping him in the pocket and he's not doing anything. That's not how he plays.
Somebody did text in at 585-206-8866 and said, the offense is trying too hard to put up points because our defense, 3 seasons now with terrible injuries, are not our full force line. So the offense is not just concentrating on the drive they're doing, but the next 4 as well. I think we need a better OC, the offensive coordinator,
Agreed.
Ken Dorsey. Tired of hearing how the Patriots walk down the field, etc. It's because our defense isn't there. Why can't injuries happen to teams like Kansas City? For 3 years, our defense has had injuries after injuries.
You can't blame injuries
on
your loss.
No.
Every team has injuries. New England's defense is decimated. Dallas has lost key players.
I think that, I like looking at a lot of the national stuff to see what are they saying.
Right.
So last night, might have been during halftime of the Sunday night game where I was so excited to see Miami lose to the Eagles. I
was rooting for them.
I know you. I'm sure you were because you're NFC
suck.
East, but I'm going AFC East. So let's go.
You guys. Yeah, good for you guys.
And I'm watching this and I was like very happy. But then they talked about Josh Allen and they played. I think Josh had his shortest press conference ever. It was like 90 seconds. Yeah. So the one thing that they said was 75% of the plays relied on Josh. There was no handoff to run. Like 25% of the plays were running plays, but most of it was all on Josh. And that they feel like, and it was coaches sitting there who said, it's too much. You're putting too much on Josh Allen, and this isn't a Josh Allen problem. In the fourth quarter, Josh Allen played and made plays and did stuff. But overall, they think that like the offense and they found a way to contain him and rush. But then this morning on Mark's favorite channel, ES with the
that
PN.
Piece of shit channel. What
do you mean a piece of shit channel? What are you talking about?
Channel
these
sucks.
Guys are, well, I like some of these guys. Who's now I'm going to forget his name, but he broke down plays and said, you can look here, this guy's open on those short dump offs. But it was, I think, more later in the game, and Josh was looking to play the hero ball. And there is something about that, and I was thinking about this, Matt. I don't know, because you've been in charge in the hospitality industry for a long time. You've been an owner, you've been a manager, you've been in charge of stuff. Do you ever feel like, fuck it, I'll do it myself?
All the time.
Okay, thank you.
To this day.
I have been that way very often with situations in my radio career and stuff. So now, like with the stuff that I'm doing, it's just kind of a natural thing. And I'd like to get to a point where I can start to delegate stuff. But overall, it's just like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. And I wonder if that kind of happens with Josh a little bit.
Well, you know what? When you get in the fourth quarter, it's hurry up offense.
Yeah.
He's just calling the plays.
Yeah.
Most of the time
They need to do more no huddle.
Let him do no huddle.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Tempo's good.
Yeah, tempo is great,
You keep
right?
the same defense on the field.
that's
you
the thing.
gas them. Yeah.
But we said yesterday, we can blame Ken Dorsey all we want. When do we start blaming Josh Allen?
But isn't Josh Allen been around long enough where he could go in and make his own decisions
You would think.
and be like,
you would think.
if it works, it works. If it doesn't,
I'd like to
you
know if
take
he
the shit
is.
for it.
I don't
Maybe
know.
he is.
See, I wish we could find that out because that's a really valid observation you're making. Like, I think everybody would want to know.
Right.
How much say does he have in that offense?
Everybody hated Dable his first year.
Yes,
Mark
they
wanted
did.
him fired.
Yeah.
Hated him.
Yeah.
And now they all wish he was back.
I don't wish he was back.
Why?
I don't wish he was back. They need somebody different. They need to change that offense and make it different. Not a Dable offense anymore.
But you know what they said today
basically
was
what it is.
Dable and Josh had like a father-son
Yeah, they
relationship where he
Yeah.
could basically tell him,
Yeah.
you fucked up, you did this, you
Right.
did this, and he'd walk away. And Dorsey was like his best friend, was like, it's okay, buddy. And he'd
Yeah.
console him.
Right.
And now Dorsey is kind of has to be his boss or his leader, right? So now he's looking at him and he's not getting the consoling anymore.
Right.
And I think it's turned sour. But I don't know. We're not there to know.
Right.
But I know something's not right.
Well,
and,
this is defense on the defensive side of the ball. They can't play man-to-man right now. I mean, they don't have an elite cornerback. Now,
I guess I have a different look at that.
Why?
I think the defense plays really well. First of all, Allen throws that interception, gives
Yes.
them the ball on the 35-yard line.
Right.
Yep, they get a touchdown. They went 35 yards, not like they went 80 yards.
Yeah.
And that was right after their defense stopped them.
Right.
Right. They held them pretty much all day. But when you turn the ball over, you
Yeah.
got to go 35 yards, you're going to get a touchdown.
But I mean, to Kevin's point, look, that's injuries, unfortunately, and I really hate seeing guys get really injured. But it's part of the game. I mean, it is a brutal sport, and so it's the next man up, and you got to learn to play. And obviously, if you're not the starter, you're not considered as good. But this is an opportunity. I mean, how many guys have been discovered
You're in the
because
NFL.
all of a sudden you got your opportunity?
I think his name was number 12, Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, I was
right?
thinking of
Never heard of
him.
him.
I'm
He got
even thinking of
hit against the
murdered
Jets.
Bledsoe.
How about Brett Favre gets traded from Atlanta?
Right.
Right? I mean, he wasn't even going to be anything and turns into. But it's that same style with Josh a little bit. You know, you got to take the good with the bad when it comes to that stuff. So I don't know.
I just think they got to let him run again. I think they're holding him back.
They probably are.
He get a bunch of he had a couple first downs if he ran.
Yeah.
It was open and like that, but they stopped doing it because everybody was bitching about it.
Well, probably. And I think they're probably worried about your elite guy getting hurt.
He gets hurt. I mean, that's the way it is now. We were just saying it a second ago. Injuries are injuries.
No, I know, but
What do
he's
we-
the guy.
Well, okay,
I don't
he's
want
the
to see
guy.
another Allen back there named Kyle.
He's the guy.
I don't want to see
They
that, man.
have 3 losses. They have 3 losses already. They had
Yes.
3 losses last year.
I know, but that's it. They're not going to lose the rest of the season. Didn't you know that? You didn't.
yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I went and I talked to a soothsayer today. We looked into your crystal balls.
You didn't get the
We
memo?
decided. No, I thought they were going to go 13-4, so that gives them one more. But I mean, they have Philadelphia looks tough. Dallas isn't going to be easy,
Nope.
and I don't
They gotta
remember.
play Miami.
Kansas
They got
City.
Miami and New
the
England.
Jets,
Miami.
New England.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Is there a Kansas City game on
Yeah,
our
they're
schedule?
playing. They're playing in Kansas City. Play there every year.
Pittsburgh's always in there usually.
Yeah, not this year, though.
No?
I don't think so. So
I'm the worst after a loss. I'm a poor loser. I'm miserable for a week.
Yeah.
But you do have to remember none of these games really are going to matter come January.
no, they're not going to matter come January. The other thing is we really have no say in the outcome. Like if I were on the team, then I'd be really depressed.
Yeah.
The best part was Greg wasn't upset after the loss. Greg was upset the last 2 minutes
Yes.
to the loss.
Yes.
Like at one point, I literally thought he was going to come out and punch me in the face.
I heard you say
I went outside and sat on a patio just to get away from everybody. I had to kick Danny out twice. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is my space. Go with your people. And Greg comes walking out with this just rage in his eye. I'm like,
he did have rage.
I thought I was going to either get tackled into the hot tub or get punched in the face. One of the two.
Pretty sure that Greg and I are the same guys when it comes to football.
Well, yes, I
I didn't start at D1 school, but we're pretty close.
He didn't play at D1 either. It was D3.
Well, I didn't play at that either. So.
So, all right. Well, neither did I. So
Yeah,
I can't really
Bundy.
say. But yeah, but the thing, it is something where it does kind of, it made today kind of like, not great. And especially because it's New England. How many times has this happened? I mean, the defense lost 4 of its best players and gave up 29 points. And a 75-yard game-winning drive by Mac Jones.
That's
right? I mean, we're not talking, not to knock it, Kevin, but it's not a great team that the Patriots have.
Kevin knows
They're
that.
1-5.
Listen, if you guys are ready to give up on Josh Allen, we'll take him.
No one's ready to. I'm not ready to
take him.
But
I'm
New
not ready to give up.
New England's defense is very underrated.
I
Very.
agree. And they played well, and they play.
They stopped you guys.
Yeah,
they stopped
smart.
Miami.
You've got one of the best defensive minds still on the sideline. He can't draft for shit, but he can sure concoct the defense.
And in 3 days, they play Tampa. Now, if they win, all is sort of forgiven. If they don't,
it depends on how they
Well,
they
well,
can
that's
still
the
win.
thing.
They can still win like the Giants.
I mean, this
bad
is.
taste is
Are we
gone.
taking the over under? Is there somebody? It's a primetime game in Buffalo. Is somebody gonna get carted off in an ambulance? Because the last 2 have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Both those were Monday nights, though.
I just feel like this is a once promising season where in 3 games they looked pretty elite. The word you used,
Yeah.
right, and then they haven't. I mean, it's almost like the Bills haven't come back. They left themselves in London. They forgot how to
But like
play.
Matt said, if you're gonna shit the bed in October,
Yeah.
not in December or
that's true.
January.
Yeah.
That's true.
Those games after Thanksgiving, that's when it starts
That's
to
when it's gonna matter.
Now, listen, you might lose home field advantage. You might lose a home playoff game because of one of these. But if you're playing your best ball in January, February, it does not matter where you're playing.
Mark,
Let's put it this way. Unfortunately, what do they call it? Fortunately, they were supposed to win they were supposed to win the Super Bowl the 13-2.
Yeah.
That was the year.
yeah.
So now what's going to happen what's going to happen now? Are they going to rebuild the team around Josh Allen and have a couple losing seasons and then,
I don't even want to go there. Let's get through this season.
Well, that's what my whole point though. What's the word? The
rebuild.
No, it's done. What the Bills were doing, they're late now.
Their window.
Oh,
Their
their window.
window.
Yeah, their window.
Their window
Yeah.
is closed.
Yeah. Right.
So things have to change. And if this year they shit the bed and they end up going, winning 8 games and missing the playoffs, the window's definitely closed. And then we have to see where they go from there.
But the pieces are there. I mean, you've got you've got to just plug a couple other pieces in there. But is it Allen's contract that's stopping that? I mean, that was always the thing in New England is Brady would take much less
Yes, he would.
to keep
Well, I know
good players around him.
Mahomes does it now.
I know Diggs restructured his contract.
I think they only have like $1 million, a little over $1 million in cap room available at the trade deadline. So the question is, could they get somebody else?
You can fire Dorsey all you want. You can do whatever you want until you fix that offensive line. It is terrible.
And that's been their issue for years.
Yep.
They have. That's why they blamed it on Singletary. They blamed it on every running back.
Do you watch with your girlfriend when you watch football with her?
Yeah, we've watched a couple
Because
times.
there used to be the term the football widow, and I think that's gone the way of the dodo bird. And I also think now Taylor Swift, your girl,
Yes.
is starting to raise the game.
We literally just talked about this on the way.
Come on, you did? Because what does she do? She's got this whole thing with Brittany Mahomes. They're cheering, they're chest bumping, they're high-fiving. They got some little slap thing. It's like a slap tickle, whatever they're doing to each other. And
I love
touchdown,
it.
she's cheering. She's F-bombing up there. I
It's
saw her
gonna be
F-bomb.
awesome when something goes bad between Mahomes and Kelsey and they start fighting. It's gonna be awesome.
It never will happen.
I don't think so either.
Those two never fight.
No.
But I mean,
But it would be fun.
TMZ picks something up. Brittany Mahomes
I
says Taylor Swift
think
is
like
trailer park
I wonder if young women that may not have had an interest in football, and some do. Some have watched with their dads all their lives. I'm not going to say that. That's not what I mean. But I wonder if there'll be a more – and the female fan base in the NFL has been growing for years. So I don't mean to belittle anything. That's not what I'm saying. I just wonder what kind of influence this will have.
It does.
I agree.
On
I think it
TikTok,
does.
You have on TikTok the girl. They have the guys watching the KC game, and his 2 daughters are watching with him. And every time they show Taylor, they start screaming.
Yeah.
And then there was a girl yesterday at the Eagles game with a sign that said, "I'm here to see Taylor Swift's boyfriend's brother."
But does it go bad when they break up? Do they stop watching?
But maybe, potentially. But if nothing
you
else,
might have them hooked by
you
then.
may have them hooked, and it may be something that, let's say a girl who's in high school starts dating a guy, and he wants to watch the Bills on Sunday, and she's aware, but she never really sat down and watched. Now all of a sudden she's in. She didn't have to know everything,
Right.
Right? She didn't have to know anything. But
Right.
you don't have to be an encyclopedia. Just have some interest in it, and I think that Taylor Swift is going to help raise that.
I think so too, and I think they actually really like each other. I thought this was a play at first.
Yeah.
I thought that this
She was pounding on the plexiglass.
She's like really into it.
She gave him a kiss on the cheek. Do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, how can you know what I mean? She's actually up there really rooting for him.
Do you talk to the kids on the bus about this? When you monitor?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. And yeah.
Yeah.
And a girl actually on the dress down day has a Kelsey jersey.
Because of this.
Absolutely.
Holy shit.
His sales number one now. His jersey's number one in the NFL.
Wow.
And when she came on the bus, I said, "Kelsey, Kansas City fan, or you're a Taylor Swift fan?" And she just laughed. She goes, "I'm a Taylor Swift fan." I'm like,
look at this. Man, who knew
They
the
break up.
influence?
It's really expensive for everybody.
Yes,
across
it
the United
is.
States.
Yes, it is. But, I
it'd be a
mean,
great album though.
Oh yeah, no kidding, right?
but I go, what? Well, you remember, I think we
Do
played.
every player line up trying to get that jersey bump though too? Because
Right.
that pays a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Garoppolo's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
I mean, if they lose the Super Bowl, does she write a record about that?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
she could.
Yeah, because they look good. I'm hearing this is Andy Reid's best defense he's ever had. I'm
It's
hearing
top
Kansas
3 right
City.
now.
Yeah. Their defense is a man. God damn it. Why Buffalo? What's going on? This.
Andy Reid.
Yeah,
That's all you gotta say.
man.
Mastermind.
Doing these commercials where he's stealing your nuggies. I love it. I love it. I love the fat guy stealing the
He
nuggies.
looks nothing like a football coach should look, right? But he is just a genius when it comes to this. Building teams, he took
Yeah.
the Eagles with McNabb to 4 straight Super Bowls. I know the NFC wasn't great, but they had some good teams back
Yeah,
then.
they did.
4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Cool.
Andy
NFC
Reid.
Championship
Andy
games,
Reid.
you mean?
Eagles.
Eagles. Oh, they went. What's
mean
Oh,
Super
sorry,
Bowl
4,
games.
4 championship games.
Okay.
Four
Sorry, not Super Bowls.
championships.
Yeah, sorry.
And then, wasn't it Terrell Owens played on a broken leg and then balled out McNabb?
Yeah.
Like just yelled at him. That was my favorite year.
Meanwhile,
Still lost to
McNabb is
Tom Brady.
Yeah, McNabb's throwing up in the huddle, and and Owens has been out for 8 weeks with a broken
Yeah.
legs, running circles around him.
Yeah. And then was that the season that he was doing sit-ups in his driveway?
Right after
God,
that.
I fucking love that. That was like my favorite moment. I knew that people hated that guy for this.
A guy could rip a locker room apart faster than anybody.
Yeah,
Boy, the
what?
talent was amazing.
It was amazing.
He still played now.
I don't.
He could.
I think he could. And you know what he does do? Basketball. So there's out in L.A. I think it's it might be UCLA, but anyway, there's the gym, and you go and anybody can come in and play, and you sign up and you have to put down the level of basketball you've played. So then they put you with teams. So a mutual friend of ours went out there. He had some time to kill. This was weekend. And he went out and he put his name down, put down some college. He played in college, Division III. Ends up on a team where I think Terrell was on the other court and just hanging off the rim. I mean, just playing. Like, it was, tournament style. 3 losses and your team's out. And who was the guy for the Detroit Pistons? Sullivan.
John Sally.
John Sally. That's the guy.
He's an old guy, too.
John Sally wound up on Legrette's team.
No shit.
It was Kevin Legrette, John Sally, and another guy. And it was these kids from USC.
Sally was a Nick for a minute too.
Yeah, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember him with the Bad Boys of Detroit.
Yep.
All the. They had that whole thing where he was just knocking. Jordan would get into the air and they'd just knock him to the ground.
And Lambeer, that was nasty.
Yeah, it was nasty. So, and I think Sally just said, "Throw me the ball," and so Kevin would bring it up, throw it to him, boom. They would, and they made it. I think they won a couple. They might have lost one, but then they won the next 2, and then they eventually got out. But it was some college kids from USC, and I think it was Terrell Owens' teams that made it to the championship.
Damn.
A lot of shit talk and everything, but he's still in great shape.
Oh, he takes care of his body better than anybody you know today in sports.
There is not. You think so?
Yep. He's got a humidifier he lays in
Yeah.
that helps his body recuperate.
There's
from
because it's
everything
all
he does.
oxygen.
Yeah.
You realize that oxygen fights the disease and stuff. There's a lot of people who will tell you to do some really deep breathing when you first wake up in the morning for like 30 deep breaths. Deep breathe in, blow out, and then do that again.
I've heard that.
And it's supposed to be,
It
oxygen
wakes you up, makes you feel good too.
wakes up, makes you feel good. And then there's oxygen chambers that people, I think somebody has a business in town where you can go and lay in an oxygen chamber. And I don't remember, I think it's downtown and I don't know what the rate is or anything. It'd be interesting to find out because it's supposed to help you heal faster and everything. So he has that because I heard that motherfucker was broke, man. Broke. He was trying to get a talk show on radio and he was terrible.
I don't think so.
How could you?
I don't
The
know.
question is,
I'd
how
give him a
could you be?
tryout.
However, yeah.
How's the XFL or whatever it's called?
Didn't he do something in an arena for a few minutes?
Did
Yeah,
he?
Terrell
I
Owens?
think he might have been part of the
I know Brown
ownership
did.
team, and I know he played a little bit. Antonio Brown, that's another train wreck.
Yeah.
That guy.
I think
Questions are real.
I think he's a little touched.
They all are.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Go get your bell rung a bunch of times.
He'd come play in the BTB team for
Yeah.
the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll let him do it.
All right, we will take a break. Something happened at an airport that made the news, and I think of news anchors as being mature. This will prove that they are not.
I can tell you they're not.
Well, I'm saying on TV. Usually, there's not very crude jokes. There's not stuff like
They
that.
do their
Usually
fake
on
stuff.
TV. Yes. Right. It's
Hey, how you doing? I'm this and that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will get to that in just a moment. BTB, Wood Fire Pizza and Grill. What am I eating in here today?
You're eating
What's
the
it?
everything bowl.
The Everything Bowl.
Yeah, so that is on our regular menu. It's also on the brunch menu.
Okay. It's
Mac and
fantastic.
cheese.
Yeah.
Tater tots, pulled pork, barbecue, some onion straws, and eggs.
Man.
You can do the eggs any way you want. Unless it's to go, then it's just scrambled because they just fall apart.
Yeah,
But
they fall apart.
People
They
there
don't
get
travel.
them, sunny side up, upside, over easy.
Man.
It's a lot of food.
Who came up with that idea?
That-
Like, who would even think like all that goes together? You did?
I'm gonna take credit for this one,
man.
but I did steal it from somewhere. But
You
I won't
did?
tell you where. But I did.
It's borrow, not steal.
Yeah. And by the way, it's called Snatch and Improve.
Yes.
Because I'm sure it's better.
Well, I
where
improved
you,
it,
You
yes.
did. Yes, I'm sure you did. That's great. What are you having, Kevin?
It's just a steak bomber.
Steak bomber with the potato chips. I love your potato chips. And don't forget, I forget how late in the year we are. And when we're coming up on November, you start thinking holiday parties and things. You have that great room out there for 65 people. Just got to get a catering
Tell you
package.
what, we started talking about it last week, and
Yeah.
we getting calls from people that listen to you.
Good.
Already booking December, so December's almost booked. So if you're looking
Wow.
for a December party, you need to book now.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost
There's
out.
2 dates left
2 dates
for
left.
the whole month. So Friday, Saturdays, or Sundays.
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
you're going to watch the Bills game Thursday, half price wings, right?
Yeah, half price
Wait,
wings during the Bills
half
game.
price wings this Thursday?
Yes, bar seating only though, so you got to make sure that's clear. You're sitting at
Half
the bar,
price wings only at the
buy
bar.
a drink, you can get half price wings.
At the bar.
Yep. Now
The bar is huge.
I know it's
It was
20,
full today.
about 25, 30 stools, so it's a lot of people can
Yeah.
sit there. It's half price wings at the bar.
And the half
Can
price
you,
apps too,
when you
right?
get down to 4
at the
stools
bar.
at BTB, can you play musical chairs? That would be funny as hell.
never
That'd be
know.
funny as hell.
You never
To
know.
do musical chairs. Come on, Mark. You could do it. You would be the guy with the music. Din, 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 din. And then
Sure,
just go
why
find
not?
it. I think that would be funny. Well, that's great. So it's half price wings. If you're sitting at the bar Thursday night, it's the Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
What is that? 8:30.
8:30 game. So
8:30
yep.
game.
And then at 9:00, believe it or not, our late. I can't talk today.
all right.
Late night happy hour starts, so it's half price on most of the appetizers.
Really?
Again, sit at the bar only.
That's perfect.
But that's every night, 7 days a week. So you walk in
At
there
the
on a
bar.
Saturday night, sit at the bar. 10:00 at night, you can get mozzarella sticks, you can get potato skins, nachos, all for $6.
Damn.
Yeah,
My God.
great deals.
That is some great stuff. It's all happening at BTB. And go to the website and find out about booking the room and the catering packages. And you also do carry-out catering,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if I have a party at my house, I order it,
Absolutely.
I pick it up, I bring it to my house.
Yep, we can even arrange delivery if you need to. So
Okay.
Yep.
BTB, Woodfire Pizza and Grill, and online at BTB Rock, ROC. That's BTBRock.com.
Cirque and Cirque are proud to be one of Western New York's most trusted divorce and family law firms. Learn more at cirquelaw.com.
Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes. Rock and Brockport, Wednesday through Sunday. They have one of my favorite desserts out there. I would have never thought of this until I went to Jimmy Z's. Funnel cake fries. You love funnel cakes, right? But get them like little French fries. Yeah, it's tossed in cinnamon and sugar with your choice of sauce on the side. Funnel cake fries. You got to try them and share them because it's mean not to. Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes. Find them online at platesandshakes.com. You can find out about all their catering, too, as you're thinking of the holidays, right? Gift cards. Find those there as well. Nice stocking stuffer. I know I'm a little early for the holidays, but we got to start thinking that way. Platesandshakes.com. Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes. Mac of all trades, I got a great holiday gift for you. As we head into a new year, I know it's a little ways off yet, but this would be a great time to get ahead of it. You know that list that you've been telling your partner you were going to get to, and the list seems to grow and you kind of can't get ahead of it? Why not call up Mac and have that all done? It's kind of a gift for you, for the entire family. You know, the wall will get painted, the trim will get done, the door will get fixed, the window will close properly, all thanks to Mac, the leaky faucet. Maybe you want a full bathroom remodel or kitchen remodel. They can do all of that. Give them a call, 585-202-9218. It may be the perfect holiday gift, Mac of all trades. You can find them online at macofalltrades.net.
Leave Billify a voicemail anytime on the Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram line at 585-206-8866.
Billy, it's Kevin from Woket. Hey, listen, I wanted to call in and give a shout out to Billified, BTB Wood-Fired Pizza, Matt, Connie. The tournament this weekend went awesome. Most of those kids have never been to a tournament, so it was nice for them to see what it's like to do that, and then for you guys to come together and help me feed them kids. Most of them said it was the best pizza they'd ever had. Out of all those pizzas between students and parents, there were 2 pieces left. So just wanted to give a shout out to Billy Moran, Billified, BTB Wood-Fired Pizza, Matt, Connie. Thank you guys so much. Love you. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Billified wherever you get your podcast.
Look at that.
That's awesome. You know, he added 5 or 6 more pizzas. I think he ended up with 16 pizzas.
And there were 2 slices left?
Yeah.
Well, it was wrestling, wasn't it?
No, I think it's volleyball.
Volleyball.
It's a volleyball
Yeah.
tournament at McQuaid.
I didn't get to see him. I was out of there before he got there Saturday morning, then back after he was gone. But I had somebody else stop me Friday and say, "Hey, I hear you on Bill Moran's podcast."
Yes.
It's pretty cool when they do that. It's nice to meet
like
people.
that.
And there was somebody I didn't get to meet Saturday. I was in the kitchen stuck. So
You got to give him some of those scan cards to tack on the bar.
That's a great idea. I got to, you know what? I need to get more made. I left them in my bag so much that they started to bleed away, like they faded out.
They got like a
Because
QR
I'm
code
such
to
a
your
good
page?
Yeah, I'm such a good marketer. I've done such a hell of a job marketing this.
He's got 500 of them. He gave out 12. Ruined.
There's one hanging on the door that I had my kid hang up, and he it looks like a 13-year-old guy hung that up. That's what's going on there.
that's about how I do it.
Mark was talking tonight. He was. I just said you seem a little out of it. And
Yeah, I'm tired.
but I know that I thought maybe it was the Bills, and he goes, "Nah, not really." But then I find out that your girlfriend is undergoing some stuff.
Yeah.
That's requiring medical treatment and all that.
Yep.
And there's some pressure. But then you said to me, you had an angel.
This is a true story. This is a very true story. When my insurance lapsed, I went for almost a month without my meds.
Okay.
You remember?
It's not good.
Okay.
So I
What-
could
what- I don't know what that means. Is it like blood pressure? What are we
no
talking-
my
Meds.
bipolar meds.
Okay. All right. I'm not trying to expose anything. I'm just wondering what we're going with.
Yeah, I don't
So-
know how far you want to talk about either. So
What's that?
I don't know how Mark. I don't know.
That's
how,
what I'm
No,
saying. That's
no,
what I
it's
mean.
fine.
I didn't want to.
I'm open about that.
Okay.
So finally, everybody's like, just go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. Go to the emergency room. So I go down to Park Ridge, and they treated me like I was strung out, like I was on something.
Okay.
I said, all I want is my meds.
Yeah.
And I gave them the name of what they were. I go, all I want until I get my insurance straightened out. I go, can I just get a bottle of it? I go,
I'm pretty sure in New York State that if you show up at the emergency room, they have to treat you whether you have insurance or not.
They do.
And that's always becomes an expense for the hospital, but that's where a lot of times when these hospitals do fundraisers and things, they try to offset all that because they still got to pay the doctors. They still got to keep the lights on. Right. But they also, so it's kind of a nice thing. And you don't want to see people suffer. Right.
And, they brought.
But most people that come down are probably usually strung out.
Right.
So that's the shit that they imagine having to deal with that all day long.
So they made.
Thank you. I mean, I'm not trying to,
take a bartend shift at BTB. You'll probably see that.
They put me in a freaking bed in the hallway. No, Park Ridge is way different than our hospital. It's a little more homey.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that.
Okay.
So I wouldn't lay on the bed. I sat up the whole time because I didn't want to lay down because I'm not sick. You know what I mean? That's what I said. Nurses were getting mad at me. I go, why do you want me to lay down for? All I want is my meds. And everyone treated me like crap. I was there for 2 hours. And then a doctor came up and he started talking to me and he goes like this and he just took out his thing.
Yeah.
And
wrote
did the prescription for me.
Yeah.
And I went back. I got a couple Bathtub Billy's gift certificates. I went back to give it to him.
Yeah.
He didn't exist. No one knew who he was.
What?
He didn't. Nobody knew who it was.
That's because it was one of the people that were strung out.
Yeah,
stealing the pads.
Stealing the pads.
The whole of the story is you only waited 2 hours in the emergency room.
One for you.
The whole of the story right there.
One for you, 4 for me. One for you.
I wound up with food once. Like I was having a narrowing of the esophagus. So I'm living by myself, and if I ate chicken or meat or anything, and it happened to me a couple times, but it got worse. I wound up where it would stick, and I couldn't get it up, and I could feel it there. So I went to emergency.
So goddamn fast.
Probably it may be. Right. No, seriously, that very well could be. So I go to emergency. I was there all fucking night.
Yeah, it sucks.
And then by the time they got to me, they want to do a scope, and they go, "Well, we could see where it was. We could see where it had stretched out your esophagus, but it eventually did go down. But it was a lot of acid buildup. Anyway, my point is 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours is legendary.
2 hours was, and that's all it was because this guy came up, this doctor came up to me, and we started talking. I told him.
So you're saying that's an angel? Did you go and use the prescription?
Yes, and here's the thing, and I think Lisa Inzana knows the story too because I went to go when I couldn't find this guy.
She used to work at the Penny Arcade. Wonderful woman, huge heart.
If I remember,
spiky hair and funny as hell.
If I remember correctly, we went to go look at the
pad,
at the pad or whatever thing is, and there was no signature on it.
Well, then how did you get your thing?
Because there was a signature
doctor,
on it.
You could write with your left hand if you're right-handed, and it wouldn't matter.
There was nothing on it.
Nothing. But you got your
But
scripts?
I got my script.
Did you go to the hospital's pharmacy? They have pharmacies.
No,
you went to your pharmacy.
So I went to Whiteman's Mount Reed. Yeah.
Something's fishy with this.
Was there fishy? I don't know. I mean, I'm just telling you what happened.
Something's fishy. I don't know. Imagine being on your airplane and you go to get your luggage and you find out that your luggage has been sprayed with raw sewage as it hit the conveyor belt. This is a true story. Happened in Nashville, where my sons, who will be coming here for Thanksgiving, fly in and out of Nashville on Southwest. That's one of their hubs. And this is what happened. I want to play this for you, and I actually want to pull it up on another screen as well because these reporters, this is L.A., where they're telling the story from. L.A. is the number 2 media market in the country. You would think that some decorum would happen, but oh no.
A sticky situation at an airport in Tennessee after baggage was sprayed with raw sewage.
Sprayed?
I know. Check it out. Happened at Nashville Airport. Well, this is the airport.
Oh, okay.
Picture it if you will. Water and sewage from a clogged toilet leaked to the floor onto a conveyor carrying passenger luggage.
Henry's been in here again.
Henry's been in here again. Wow. This is a reporter in L.A.
Is this the Channel 8 of L.A.?
I don't know. It's the ABC affiliate. It's KTLA.
The R News of, R News of L.A.?
I don't know. Seriously. Imagine. I don't even think Time Warner or whatever Spectrum, I don't think they would do it there. It gets worse.
Let's keep going.
The airport says the tainted baggage was sanitized before being loaded onto planes, and the passengers were not exposed.
How do you sanitize?
Exactly.
Just hose it off.
Apparently, this is the second time it's happened at the Nashville airport.
That's kind of a shitty situation, Mark. Hey! Is this thing on? Come on, Mark!
Doug Phelps jokes, all right.
Some travelers say they just couldn't believe it.
Oh no, there'd be some backlash on that. I mean, accidents happen, but that's a big accident.
Oh, that's disgusting. I would never want that to happen to my bags.
Said it happened twice. Henry, you flew into Nashville a couple of times.
Southwest, the airline affected by the leak, says they're going to replace some of the more soiled bags.
Oh my gosh.
The rest of you who just have a little soil, you're on your own.
Now get ready for this. Get ready. Listen to this.
The 10 flights were delayed. The airport is promising to change the layout of the bathroom so it never happens again. Well,
soil is one of those words. There's just no way to say it. It just sounds like chunky moisture.
Oh.
it's the two words you hate.
Yeah.
Corn? How'd that get on my bag?
Is this one of those wacky morning news shows?
I don't know.
Well, they were talking like that.
That's not 6 o'clock.
How?
That's not 11 o'clock. That's not 4. That's like 5:30 a.m.
How about that? Is that corn on my bag? Now, the other guy in there has to, I don't know if he's weather or sports, but he's got to try to outdo it.
Okay, too far. Oh, my God. Here's the deal. Just wait. This just in. We're on TV.
They can't. This is like my son Jameson, who's 13, doing the news.
It's like a 10-year-old.
It is. Yeah, it's like this is him and his buddies doing the news.
There are people watching. We're not in a private area. Just FYI. Oh my gosh. All right.
Honey, is that asparagus?
No.
Is that asparagus in there?
This is to be quite honest with you, listening to this is very uncomfortable.
What do you mean?
Because it's such what it is now. That is what it is. Media is such a joke.
You think so?
I
mean, I don't know.
Let's put it this way: when I started there, it was still news.
Yes.
Our news was Pete Doveritz. I think that was his name. I could be getting this wrong. The guy that created our news.
Yeah.
Our news is supposed to be 20 local, 5 national.
Okay.
Well, then when corporate got to it,
it's because it's cost saving measures, right? Yeah.
Now I don't think there's any. Now I think there's maybe 3 people local that actually are in the building.
I think there's been people let go.
Yes.
I think to your point, she does a time check in here.
No. All right. I'm going to do this, and it's going to be great. All new on the KTLA News at 5 a.m. A scary case of road rage.
Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching.
No, but I mean, I think everybody's watched now because I'm sure that's gone viral. I found it.
They're watching it now. Bill Moran had it on. We got to watch.
It's just like, who put corn on my bag?
That'll get you to CNN or Fox News real quick.
I'm sorry. Now, I want you to know, there's a reporter who just won the Edward R. Murrow Award from Spectrum News.
One of my friends.
Yeah, who I wrote to and said, I'd love to have you on. And the answer back was, I have to check with my bosses. Yeah. What
did you think?
I paused on purpose. I have to check with the bosses to get clearance. I'm sure you understand. And then I think that was almost like, to me, a blow off. Like, I don't want to do it. That's how I took it. Only because
it's not like him.
Well, I don't know him at all. I don't know him. I've never spoken to him that I know of.
Does he know Mark's on your show?
I don't know. I'm going to write him again.
Probably.
I'm going to ask him because I think it's quite an honor, and I think that's the kind of stuff that needs to be highlighted. This guy did a hell of a job.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
I think he's a great reporter. We're talking about Seth Voorhees.
Yep.
And I think he's a great reporter, and he won the Edward R. Murrow Award, which is quite an honor.
He's won a lot
of awards.
A lot of awards. You go to his house, he has a freaking he's won tons.
Well,
of
this
awards.
is just new. This would be this year.
Right, this year,
this year. Yep. And so I thought I thought it'd be a fun one-on-one to talk to him about news and how it's changed and what's happening, and And you know where I got the idea? Your fat mouth talking about how shitty the news is. So
well, he's one of.
I'm not saying that he's bad. That's not my point.
He's still one of the good ones.
You and many people believe that the news isn't what it was.
Right.
I mean, look, we just played two people making shit jokes in L.A. Though I kind of appreciated the corn. The corn line saved it
the
all. The
asparagus was nothing, but the corn, it goes in and it comes out the same fucking way.
My father used to go, "Oh, you're going to check your transit time. How fast in and out?" Whenever you ate corn, that was the thing.
That's great.
I would try to calm myself, but it probably wouldn't work. So.
What happened now? What'd you do?
Should I tell the story?
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Yeah, me and him have no problems with each other.
Okay.
At all.
Right. So somewhere there's a lady involved.
Of course there is.
Okay.
And
what did you do? You got this big mouth.
I don't know. Don't. You know what, Bill? Look who's talking.
Yeah,
you are an instigator, and you get people like me in trouble.
Yes, because I'll get you by saying this.
Right.
I'll challenge you enough to where you'll go, well, fuck it. Let me tell you what happened, to try to defend yourself, and then I get the story out.
And then I gotta fucking drive him home.
No, he's not gonna get mad at. He'll get mad at me.
I'm out of it this time.
Matt's not in trouble. What happened? Can you say? Or okay, why wouldn't you say? Would it hurt your relationship to say something?
We haven't had one in 5 years.
And they were very close.
Yeah, you and Seth were very close. Okay.
Where Seth moved to Texas and Mark actually went to visit him there. That's how close they were.
That was the problem.
So but when he was in Texas, I knew he was based in Dallas, but he was reporting on like some suburbs outside,
Yeah, I forgot
like
what the
more
name
of a
of-
rural area, but it was for the Dallas
Yeah.
Spectrum station.
Yep.
Why didn't he come? Why did he come back? Because that's a big market too. That's like number 5, I think, in the country.
He was. Yeah,
I think
Denning, Texas?
Denning, Texas,
something like that.
Denton.
Yeah, Denton.
Okay,
Which is only like 20, 30 minutes outside of Dallas.
Yeah, but I mean Dallas, it's like
huge.
Well, how long does it take when you fly there for a game to get from the airport to wherever you're staying?
So to Arlington, only about 25 minutes. It's
Oh,
not
really?
bad.
Because sometimes
They said Dallas is one of
traffic.
the worst traffic cities.
Traffic,
Well,
yeah.
if you catch it the wrong time, yes.
And you're sitting on like these. It almost looks like roller coasters.
It does.
That's the way it's all
You
built. The
try following your
engineers-
GPS through those things.
I can't
The
imagine.
thing constantly is like pling, changing route, because you're going underneath bridges, over bridges. It's crazy, but you get on that 6-lane. They got 6-lane highways.
Yeah, and what's the speed limit in the city? I know, I thought
city,
there were.
it's pretty slow. I think.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah,
I thought that parts of
out-
Texas was like 70, maybe. Is
I
it
think
possible?
there's a max.
80?
There's an 80. at
There
some
is an
point,
80
yeah.
somewhere.
There
I
is
thought there
70s
was.
all over the place though, and nobody goes under 90.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
And you can't. Yeah, because even in Florida, there are parts.
same way.
I think it's 70. I've never seen 80 there.
That means 100.
It's like 110 going down. It's unreal. So what did you do? Your big mouth ruined.
You know what?
I can't believe you
How is this
again.
my fault?
Because
you don't even know the story. And
Because
the guy-
I'll tell you how it's your fault.
We're playing the odds.
No, I'm going to tell you. Can I tell us? I'm going to tell an old story about Mark. Oh boy. No, this is good.
Can we go off air because I want to know what story this is?
I'll just say the whole thing.
Real.
This is real, and it's not bad. And I think it'll show that you are very loyal, but sometimes very easily persuaded to things. Would that be fair to say? And I don't mean that like sometimes like you're persuaded, or maybe you were looking to kind of make a move on somebody, and so you lined up with them. But
I know.
I had broken up with somebody.
I know what you're going to say. We talked about this before.
I think so, but
we have.
Where you accused me of going down to where this person lived and sitting in the parking lot. And I was like, what? And you're like, yeah, because I think
Stop being a stalker, Bill.
Well, I think she told you that
and there was other people involved too, remember?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I just remember you saying it to me, and I remember going, and it was just because it was.
I don't remember that, to be quite honest.
You turned on your heels and you huffed away from me. You're like, hey, you got to stop going down by your house. I go, what? That. I go, I would never do. I go, I'm. And then
she sent her bodyguard down.
I started laughing. Here's where my dumb head went. I went, man, that may be the most flattering thing ever. This broad wants me to be stalking her, and I'm not. This is awesome. You know how fucking. Except for the fact that, like, here we are so many years later. If that story got out and you're not doing it, you're automatically guilty.
Sure.
Almost immediately. But you were being loyal to somebody. I don't know why. I always felt that way about you. Like I just figured, it didn't bother me. I wasn't even mad. Like I for whatever reason, I just wasn't. I was like,
I don't know why. I don't even know. I can't
sometimes
remember.
you got a little cartoon. You got cartoon
remember.
character-ish, and you walked away.
No, he likes cartoon characters. He had to throw that in there.
What do you
right?
mean? No, sometimes
There wasn't a thumb this time.
Oh, it would be there anyways.
No, I don't. You're right. That wasn't nice. But I'm just saying, like, you would be very animated, and it would.
I didn't do anything. I did something wrong, but I didn't do anything wrong.
You're being animated right now.
I mean,
well, that's the whole
it's not.
point.
This is not all my. This is not all my fault.
Okay.
I'll take most of it.
All right. Well, let me ask this. So
I'll
clearly,
tell the story.
Okay.
What's the sense not to?
Right.
I went to Dallas,
Yes.
and I was going to Dallas for a few days before I went to the CMAs in Nashville.
Okay.
So I was going to visit, and I went down. I was going to hang out there, and
you were going to hang out with Seth.
and before a couple days before I go to Nashville,
Right.
for CMAs. Well,
it's actually a nice little loop you're doing.
And remember, he's living in Dallas, but his wife is living here.
Yes.
So his wife decided to go down at the same time.
Did you travel together?
No, we went to.
Did she
different
know
times.
that you were going down?
Yes.
Oh, so she knew you were going down at the same time.
And I have to add in that me and her were friends, and I actually set them up. So I have to put that in there.
They were all really close friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a drunk day happened, and I still can't tell you this very day what happened.
Okay.
Because no one will tell me.
Yeah.
I guess things were said, and
you said some stuff.
I guess.
Oh, I love it.
No, but there was more to it. I'm not going to get into what. There's more to it on both ends.
All right.
And,
but can't we chalk like a drunk thing up to it? We can't anymore.
I mean, if me and him,
we've done it a million times.
I know.
Yeah, but
we would never be friends if.
Do you think like when somebody's drunk, the truth comes out a little more?
There was
readily. It's like the truth serum. Sometimes?
There was a situation, and I got involved in something that I shouldn't have got involved in.
Oh, you stuck your nose where it shouldn't be.
Well, kind of,
you
not
your thumb in
really.
it.
Kind of, not really. It's hard. It's
watching.
Talk about shit all over the place.
It was
corn?
I don't know. It just something went down, and she ended up leaving.
She left
Yeah.
early?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, what did you do, dickhead?
It's not me.
It was.
Shit on her suitcase?
So you tried to defend him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you tried to be his buddy.
I tried to defend him because what was said was wrong, and it still is.
Yes.
But I don't remember. Like there's like a lot of things have come back and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, it was bad, and
so she came back to Rochester.
She came back to Rochester, yes.
And then the next day,
I was still in Dallas.
You were there with him without her.
Yes.
And how did that go?
It was weird.
It was.
Well, yeah.
Was he was upset?
Just not at anybody. Just that it.
The whole situation.
The whole situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't talk for a while.
Yeah.
And I remember this day. Me and Matt got into a fight, and I decided not to work that weekend. So he went into the bar.
Yeah.
And he asked where I was.
Okay.
And Matt said, give him a call. So he called me and he wanted me to meet him somewhere because it was right after my mother died.
Okay.
And he apologized, not for being my nephew died and stuff like that. He missed all, he was really apologetic, and we did a beer and a shot. Well, he went home and they got in a huge fight.
Oh, wait, who met you?
Seth did.
Oh, I thought you said Matt did.
No.
No,
So Seth
you
came
didn't go
into
to
the bar.
And you said give him
He
a call.
goes, hey, is Mark around? I said, no, but you can give him a call. I said, we're not speaking right now, but if you want to give him a call, he'll probably meet you
Did he
somewhere
go,
else.
Hey, there's a common theme in Mark's life. A lot of people aren't talking to him.
Good.
And, they were going to meet somewhere else, but Seth had a couple IPAs
Yeah.
at my place that were talls.
Okay.
And they did end up meeting, I think.
So you
did
met
you meet there, though?
It was at
You started there, right?
All right.
No, it was at Dutch Mill.
It doesn't matter. So you kind of patched things up.
We did, and we did a beer and a shot.
Yeah.
And we went our separate ways, and then I got a call from his wife saying, I haven't seen him this drunk since Dallas. Stay away from us, blah, blah, blah.
So she's saying that you're the bad influence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So only time we talk is we wished each other a happy birthday the last 5 years.
Okay.
That's it.
That's all right. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
It is weird because I think something so stupid could have been patched up really easily. I mean,
clearly it was for a minute there.
The problem is nobody remembers what happened, so we don't know how stupid it was.
Yeah,
it may have been something major.
But it sounded like he tried to patch things up with you.
He did,
and then you went home.
Me and him never had a problem. We've never had a problem with each other.
Yeah.
So,
have you reached out to the other party, the other person? I don't know.
No.
Would you?
No. At this point, no, because she wasn't there.
Let me ask you this:
she wasn't there when she wasn't there when Greg passed away. She wasn't there when Blair passed away.
Who's
she
Greg?
wasn't there with my nephew.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
She wasn't there for any of that.
Yeah.
You know, and she's all
clearly I wasn't either.
And she's all on, but still, she was part. She knew these. She knew these people.
Yeah, they were close. Okay, so she didn't go to any of that.
Any of that. None didn't call me. My mom died.
So I was going to ask you, and I was going to actually sort of flip that same conversation. You just lost, and we've talked about it, one of your best friends in life, Chance. You did.
Yes, that's actually good. Yeah.
And then I'm just saying, like, does that in any way, and I don't know because I've never really lost anybody. There was one kid but I was in Utah for the summer and I couldn't come back, and he and I grew up together. He was killed in a car accident.
Yeah.
Other than that, I haven't really had much loss in my life.
Yeah.
I haven't lost a parent, grandparents, but that's kind of the natural order of life, right?
Yep.
I haven't lost a parent. I haven't lost a lover, right? A wife. So I don't know. Does it change your thinking? Either one of you guys? Do you ever look at relationships and go, boy, this is just stupid, and then try to make an effort after you have your cool down period? Even a baked potato gets cold. You know what I'm saying?
I think it goes both ways.
It does.
Some things some people you look at and say,
it's not worth it.
Well, it's being really stupid.
Yeah.
Our relationship, our friendship is worth it. And then some people you go, why the fuck am I wasting my time
well,
with this
that's
person?
a good point because you start to realize it's finite.
And,
you see that.
In the last year or so, that's really hit me home with a lot of people who I took very good care of for a long period of time, who I've basically wrote off in my life at this point. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have to.
Yeah, I would like to see him and Seth get back on good terms. And
it sounds like
we're not on bad terms.
I mean,
no, I
we could be
understand.
friends and hang out, and it would be nice. And I've tried, and it's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen with him. It could happen as long if she was out of the picture.
I got you.
But he actually put a nice thing when I posted that Chance passed away. He put something nice on there because they knew each other well.
Yeah.
So there's always a reaching out when something happens. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's been 5 years. Now there's too much damage between,
Well, I don't know. You can decide that.
Well,
I can say all I want.
I guess
no bearing on it.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said,
it's how you feel, man.
There's a lot of, when someone who's lost.
Can we go back to you just watching people? This is too heavy.
Someone who's lost people in her life. And she's had a hard life, and I was, I always support her and stuff like that. On her things wasn't there for me in 2019 when everything went down for me.
Yeah,
I think that's when you just put things on the back burner and
you start to see what a real friend is.
Right,
somebody who is there. It's a tough thing because when we're the term misery loves company, right?
Yeah.
You want to. You ever get so angry and you're not really even sure why? This is a terrible thing about myself that I've really tried to work on. But I would try to make whoever I was upset with feel as bad as I felt, and I could be a complete see you next Tuesday.
That's me.
Yeah. And it's but what good comes of it?
Nothing.
And then you wind up saying shit that some of the meanest stuff, and you go, boy, that just isn't the right way to do it. So but at the same time, sometimes there are just some relationships you do have to walk away for your own sanity.
Right.
But I will say the nickname Soldier was given to you because of your loyalty to Wheeze. And I will say, dude, you have been very loyal. And then even when, that I tell the story, I never was really upset. I just figured, all right, I could see what's happening. You chose your side. That was fine with me. All of a sudden you come back to me one day and go, I was really made a mistake, man. And I go, and what did I say to you? Something to the effect of, great, nice to talk to you again. I didn't
Well, I was told when I went back to sell there, I had to patch things up with you.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't even have a problem.
I know you didn't.
That was my whole thing. I never
But they made it seem like the people that told me that mid it seem like
I didn't think.
So I thought there was a problem. I thought you always had a problem with me.
I never did.
Because the person that told me that. So
I don't even know how they knew. I think I do.
Yeah, you do.
I think I do now.
Yeah, you do.
I think I do now.
So after all this,
I think when I heard that you were getting hired, I went, he doesn't even. I think I said something like, "Who?" Yeah, no, I think I said something like, I started to laugh. I go, "Well, he'll never talk to me." And then it became a big thing, which it wasn't.
Here's the best part. You know what my trainer was in sales?
My ex-wife.
His ex-wife.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and she did not want to train. She was very professional about it. I'll give her that much, but she wasn't too.
No, but I think all that. See, that kind of drama, I just never really stepped into.
I just didn't.
But again, it's somebody being loyal to somebody, right? She was trying to be loyal, and
so
like
stupid.
you were loyal to people. I don't have a.
I wish
problem
I
with
was like the way I am now.
Yeah.
30 years ago.
All right, so you weren't.
You know what I mean? I wish to.
Right.
Not. I don't like the drama. I don't want any bullshit. You know,
you are pretty low maintenance these days.
Yeah.
You got a steady girlfriend.
Yeah.
Very different world.
Yeah, I try to stay out of the bullshit.
Fucking boring.
Your Monday ratings are tanking. You gotta go back to single mark.
But that was pretty good. That whole thing. I think it's pretty heavy, but it's pretty good. All right, we'll take a moment. One more plane story when we come back. Something I don't have audio for this one, but maybe people can relate. We'll get to that. But first, Leo's, the official bakery, deli, and cafe of Billified. No tricks, just plenty of Halloween delicious treats at Leo's. Like Leo's famous moon cookies made with festive pumpkin faces. I saw them yesterday. They're perfect for Halloween parties or just a fun treat for your family. Plus, lots of chocolate goodies, including hedonistic chocolates. They even have Bill's Mafia cookie cakes. They're delicious. The team, not so much. But that's a different subject. And let Leo's make dinner for you tonight. Everything from chicken parm to barbecue to fish fries, tomato pie, and more, making your life a little bit easier. What's the best thing about Leo's? Everything. On Dispatch Drive in East Rochester and open every day.
Comedy at the Carlson. Ticket and show times at carlsoncomedy.com.
Connors and Ferris, as I'm looking out my studio window, I'm seeing a guy carry a huge box as part of his job. He's delivery guy. If he got hurt on the job, I would recommend he call Connors and Ferris. They only work with 3 types of law: workers' comp, Social Security disability, and personal injury, all of which can really take over your life, right? It's the only thing you think about. It's the only thing you talk about or anybody talks about to you. You need to kind of push that aside, focus on other things, and let Connors and Ferris handle all that. Hey, look, everybody's going to come at you with advice. They mean well, but they don't know the law like Connors and Ferris does. You're going to get personalized legal representation, but more importantly, peace of mind. You'll know you have an entire team, the Connors and Ferris team, by your side, advocating for you and giving you the attention you deserve. So all that worry, all that stress, all those sleepless nights, go away because you made the smart choice and contacted Connors and Ferris. Their phone number is very easy to remember. It's 262-COMP. That's 262-COMP. And you'll get trust, expertise, and more importantly, results. Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Bunch of 80-year-old guys playing rock and roll.
Nothing wrong with that.
I've listened to this album, Hackney Diamonds, that came out on Friday, probably 8 times.
It's good.
It's growing on me. There's a lot of I
when
like
the albums grow on you. Those are some of the best albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why do you say that? What grew on you? Do you have some that you can think of off the top of your head? I know I'm putting you on the spot there, but you're a music guy.
What did I hate there? Man, I can't think of. I'll think of it though. But
any country albums like that for you?
Oh, Keith, that's a good one.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban did an album called Ripcord.
Okay,
and I hated the album. It was more pop. It was more, and so I kept listening to it, and it's probably one of my favorite albums.
Really?
Yeah. He did a duet with Carrie Underwood, and it sounded like something you hear in a club. And
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
This is not one of the ones. Yeah, it's called "Get Close to You." It's the Stones from Hackney Diamonds, and I've enjoyed it, man. They've been everywhere pushing this. Mick popped up on Saturday Night Live in one of the skits because they were in New York. They played a small club, and then Keith was on Fallon's show and playing guitar, doing all his different riffs.
Lorne Michaels must be 100 years old.
Lorne Michaels has got to be pretty damn old.
Yeah,
he's got to be like 75.
Because he was going to put the Beatles were going to do their reunion on Saturday Night Live.
What?
There is a myth, and it was a movie that was made that nobody's ever seen. It's never been out again. I saw it on VH1.
78.
He's 78. Okay, you're right. You just call it 80. Round up.
Aidan Quinn was Paul McCartney. I couldn't tell you who John Lennon was.
Okay.
And there was a myth that Paul went to John's apartment, and they just went through everything and what happened, and they called Lorne Michaels.
And they were going to go on SNL?
They were going to go on SNL.
Together?
How far?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, this had to be... Okay.
It was right before John was shot.
Yeah, John and then George.
And
died,
then it never happened, and then John was shot.
I wonder if there's truth to that, because Paul McCartney's been on a few times. One of my favorite skits ever was him with
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley, where he does the interview.
Yeah.
You're Paul, remember that time?
When Paul was dead?
Yeah.
When you were dead? Did you ever hear the conspiracy theory that not that Paul McCartney died, that the person that's Paul McCartney now isn't really him?
No, I've never heard that.
That's a good one.
The other one is Eminem's dead too, and it's a new Eminem right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you want to? What's the point of promoting? Like, I guess the McCartney thing would be a little more interesting because they were the Beatles at the time, right? They were still the biggest thing we had ever seen in music. But Eminem, if Eminem died, I almost feel like he'd be worth more. It's just like Tupac to say. You're right. Like Tupac. I mean, how much interest did we have in the fact that they found the real killer for Tupac?
True.
Right?
Yeah. I think Eminem's pretty huge though.
Oh, I'm not denying.
Yeah.
I just don't know that he's as big as the Beatles were.
Oh no,
that's all I'm saying. Like I go, what's the point of keeping him going? He hasn't really put anything new out, right?
No.
Other than showing up at the halftime show, which I loved that. I thought that was great. I really did, and I also loved all the assholes who hated it.
I know, right?
Isn't it the best? It was the best. It really, really did.
See, that's what I like. I like when people hate things and I just laugh. Like everybody hating this Taylor Swift NFL thing.
Yeah.
I laugh because everybody
Who
bitches.
gives a shit?
Everybody bitches about it, and I'll comment. I go, you're talking about it.
Yeah.
I go, you're bitching, but you're talking about it. That's
well, here's
exactly
the thing.
what they want.
If my father, who's 78, can tell me who Taylor Swift is, she's transcended.
Yeah.
She's gone beyond anything.
Right.
Right? He couldn't tell me half the pop star. I say Bruno Mars. He'll go, what is that, a volcano on Mars? I have no idea. Right? Like, he wouldn't know. And that's another big artist, right? Hasn't done anything recently, but I'm just saying, like.
But would your dad know who Eminem is?
I don't know. He might.
Maybe if you watch the Super Bowl.
He might. Yeah.
Who's the white guy?
Yeah. Or Bad Bunny. I mean, he's not going to know Bad Bunny.
I don't even know who Bad Bunny
Well,
is.
there you go. Bad Bunny's everywhere. So there's playing. Now, somebody might take offense to this, and I don't mean it this way.
That means me?
No, it means me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Probably. Did you see this JetBlue flight?
No.
So JetBlue flight flies in, I think from the island somewhere, and people start getting off the plane, and the plane pops a fucking wheelie because there's so much weight in the back of the plane.
What?
It fucking went up. It was on the ground. It was on the ground.
No.
On the tarmac. I swear to God. You can find it on the New York Post. It basically does a wheelie, but there was so much weight. Now, that weight could be the baggage not taken off at the right time and the people, but that just showed.
Could be full.
Huh?
Shitter could be full.
Shitter could be full. It could be all kinds of problems here.
Be corn.
But I'm going.
Asparagus.
Now, so I'm just wondering, like, plus size, when you fly, and you were talking about taking a trip, right? You were talking about. Do they ever do things like, hey, sir, you need to move over here? Now, I've seen that happen on small planes, like puddle jumpers. Not anything big.
I saw it happen on a big plane.
On a big plane.
They were moving people, yeah.
Yeah.
You had to,
but not just one person.
It was a bunch. Yeah,
it was a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, dude, it makes me nervous because I don't have a fear of flying.
I don't either.
But if they start shifting people around, it does make me do a double take. I'm sorry. Doesn't it a little bit?
Yeah, I kind of think so.
They know it's going to be the best for gas mileage and time. And
I'm not even thinking gas mileage. I'm thinking that
they're
motherfucker's going to
thinking,
be like
how
this.
fast they can get there, and it's going to cut the time. But listen, I fly a lot, and I'm a good sized guy.
I don't see who's it.
I just don't. I'm not comfortable in a seat.
You're not.
No, and I'm 252, 255.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable. So
I used to buy 2 seats.
Shut up! You did not.
I had to.
Come on.
Who wants to sit next to my 350-pound ass?
I can't believe that you were you tell me you're 250, 255.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable
You
in the
hide a
seat
lot.
when I sit, but it's for me it's my knees because my legs are so freaking long. That's my
that's my problem too. But I mean the seating arrangements on the
Plus, I don't want someone sitting next to me. I have this problem where I want to. I have a problem. I can't go.
Well, I remember
sit at the end.
I remember once trying to buckle my seatbelt, but there was a fat fold on the other person that was that had come over. I'm not kidding. So I didn't know what to do, and then the woman was coming by, and I had it kind of tucked. She goes, "Is that buckled?" I said, "I kind of can't get to the buckle." She's like, "Excuse me, sir," and he guy's like,
pulls it up, right?
Yeah, pull it up. I was like, oh man.
I know, because what do you say?
Nothing.
Can you pull your belly up?
Well,
so
here's
I
the
can
thing: is like I mean, as much as I can be a dick and pick, I don't know. I don't want to embarrass somebody. No. That dude's sitting. Okay. See,
but if it was one of us, you
no
would
shit.
Well, you fucking shit because I know you assholes, and if I said it, you would expect it. If I didn't, you'd be disappointed.
Like, what the hell's wrong with Bill?
If I didn't go, hey Kevin, lift that up a little bit, higher, Kevin. Kevin, really stretch that shit.
Oh shit! Didn't mean to snap you in the seatbelt.
Pinch your skin, but I mean, well, should they make plus size friendly options?
I would think so.
Would that be embarrassing? Would people be ashamed of that?
I'd fucking buy it in a heartbeat.
You would buy it in a heartbeat.
I would too.
See, that's interesting.
The problem is the chubby people wouldn't get it.
No,
because the skinny people would be like, "Oh, there's extra room in that seat. I'm buying that seat."
Yes.
Yeah, but what if you had to put in your weight in order to get the seat? Well, people would lie.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying. But I mean, what if they weighed you as you came in?
Yeah,
you throw your bag up there and you throw your ass up there. What do you do at the desk?
And to what he said about the knees, like if I can buy an exit row, I'll pay
the exit row is
$50 for
great.
that.
Whenever I fly with my brother, we always are one of the first ones on Southwest because if it's handicapped.
Yeah.
And I always literally will take that very first row. There's no tray, no nothing.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I can put my freaking feet all the way out.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. What do you?
I got to find a handicapped
person
to start traveling with.
You got one. It's going Mark.
Well, it never worked before when we traveled together.
Weighing people reminds me of something.
Well, I think they should. Don't you think they should weigh people a little bit?
Why I'm laughing is when I was in college, we used to have a contest on who would bring back the fattest girl, and we would weigh them.
No, you wouldn't.
Come on. And I used to win. Now you believe that?
You did. Yeah,
I do believe that.
Yes, of course I do. I did.
He also won on the other side when the girls took him back to the sorority house.
That is true.
But you weren't fat.
I was during my 30s to my 40s.
That's when you got up to 350.
I was close to 350. Yeah.
You're kidding me. I don't remember that at all.
No, because I never saw you. I didn't see you for a long time.
Well, that's right. You weren't talking to me during those periods.
I was talking during that time.
Nah, you weren't. You were busy stuffing your face, apparently.
Obviously.
That was his Tahoe's period.
I'm kidding. Wow. But how about flying then at 350?
I didn't fly then.
You didn't fly.
My first time I ever started flying was when we started going places.
Yeah. And then you had the bypass by then.
Yeah, by then.
Yeah. And that helped.
I did fly at my fattest, and it was terrible.
Why?
It was just I was listen. I don't want to encroach anybody's space.
Shit. That's what I'm saying.
And
so you're self-conscious. You're embarrassed.
Yep. And the first time I ever been on a plane, and I swore I was never going on a plane again.
Yeah.
And then
that's why I slide in that window seat and hope nobody sits next to
me. This is why you need to make enough money to fly private, like everybody.
I know.
I hear that. That looks like that.
Or
looks
at least
amazing.
first class, right?
Or first class. Yeah. Well, that's another thing.
Well,
now
first class.
Now I did hear. We did hear a story yesterday where Greg flew business class back, and there was a guy sitting in front of him, and then all of a sudden, when they land, he says, "Hey, do you mind if I bring my wife up?" She sat in coach, and he sat in the business class. Yeah, okay, that's what I said. Okay, so if you're traveling, and there's a chance for an upgrade, but they only have one, and they're willing to do it for you for no extra charge.
I can't. No.
Would you let Natalie go?
She doesn't fly well.
She's terrible. So you'd have to go.
If I wasn't next to her, she'd lose her mind.
Okay.
And that's somebody else's problem.
But I would say if it makes you feel more comfortable, go up there.
Yes.
Go ahead. But I would never leave her to do that now.
Okay.
Yeah, of course I would.
Of course you would.
You'd fucking make her sit and coach?
Maybe not her, but
no, I'm just saying. Like if you were flying, let's say you were going with
I would let her go. I think
I would. I don't know. Just my natural instinct, it would be to let her sit up there.
That's why I would let her go.
And I would.
Maybe the wife didn't want to, and she's like, you know what? Go up there, get away from me.
She was very tiny, and he was a tall guy.
Yes,
according to the story.
I've never flown with him.
Well, that's the other thing. If you had a shitty trip.
Right. Fuck this bitch. I'm leaving her back here.
I've never flown with him and Natalie, but I've flown with him and Blair, and it was one of the worst experiences of my entire life.
Why?
Because she freaking yelled the whole time.
Somehow I ended up with the two worst people to travel with, and we traveled all over the place.
Was she scared to travel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The plane was going down no matter what.
And she said, fuck the whole, at least 150 times that the 4-year-old behind us, I know darn well he was saying fuck by the end of that trip.
Wow.
It was bad, yeah.
Did her parents say anything to you?
No, I don't think anybody had an idea.
Okay.
And the first
she
time we went on
quiet
airplanes when we found out, but she would have to do the airplane bottles, the shots.
Yeah.
She'd have to do 4 or 5 before we got on the plane. Then she'd put them on the plane with her because you're allowed to take a Ziploc bag with them.
Yeah.
And she'd pound them during the flight.
Would she get drunk to the point? Yeah. But when you're saying loud,
she was loud naturally.
But did any passengers say anything like, "Ma'am, could you?"
No one ever say anything. But man, that kid definitely when we went to Punta Cana, that kid definitely learned how to say fuck.
That was one of the.
What was it over? Turbulence or
turbulence was the worst.
That was one of the worst, best trips I ever had. It was my first time being. It was my first time being out, going out like that, and we go to this place, and I'm expecting it to be like this paradise, and it looks like one of those, those low-income housing that you go by.
It does going to the resort.
Oh, no, this resort was this way,
The resort was this way?
Our friend Mary booked it, and she goes, "You got this great deal." And we're like, "Man, how did she get it so cheap?" And then we showed up, and I said, "Mark, this is not what it's like in the Caribbean."
And I'm all disappointed, and stuff like that. Then it turned out we end up they gave us a suite because Matt likes to bitch and threaten people. So,
well, actually, no, okay. Well, I was going to say, work
actually, because we were being nice, they gave it to us.
Yeah, they gave it to us.
So there was 3 of us there was me and Blair, and then Mark went, and then our friend Mary. So we got a 3-bedroom suite is what he's trying to say.
Okay. Yeah, so we got a 3-bedroom suite. So it ended up turning out to be a really nice time. We became friends with people that worked there, stuff like that. Well, one night, Matt wants beers, right? And there's no, and he looks in the refrigerator. He goes, "No fucking beer." So he calls up. He goes up to the front office and he goes, "This place fucking sucks. Our refrigerator's not full. Fuck you."
Well, first I said, can we get can we get it replenished? They said no. I said, "What do you mean? No, it's an all-inclusive resort. Why can't I get my fridge restocked? We only do it once, so that's bullshit, right?" They ended up restocking it though.
This is at 3:30 in the morning too.
I think it's like
they
the
came
second
up
night.
at 3:30 in the morning.
I think they waited till morning to stock it.
No,
They
was they came right away.
I don't know. It was a blur that night.
Man,
is that the night of the peacock?
Yeah.
Look at this. You guys.
Did you ever hear what a peacock sounds like? It sounds like it's fucking dying.
It sounds like somebody screaming.
Yes.
It was right outside our window.
Wow.
7 a.m.
Oh.
And the next day, so we're talking 3 hours later.
That sounds like a trip from hell.
Sounds like they planted that peacock.
Yeah, it does.
They probably did, actually.
They probably did.
That's who brought the beer down.
Lured it in.
Then me and my friend Mary, we went off site, which
yeah, you shouldn't have done.
We did.
Yeah, you know.
And that's where I think I told the story about how I got.
You didn't.
I ended up going into this hotel or something with this hot Spanish girl. And she was a hooker, but I didn't pay, so I don't know who paid.
I think Sneaks did.
Oh.
Sneakers.
Because he was trying to hook up. One of the guys that works there was trying to hook up with our friend. So he was trying to entertain me. So her name was Isabella.
Now, when you've come home from vacation, anything bad ever happen? When you got back, nothing wrong with your house or anything?
No.
I just saw this story. I have not vetted the story. But allegedly, a woman comes back from vacation to find her home demolished. Like, Demolished. Like they came with a
wrecking ball,
with a bulldozer, and they took it down. They bulldozed. Yeah, they took it right down. Let me just see if I can get this to play. It's not giving me the option.
I'm always working at break into the house or something, but bulldozed.
Yeah, bulldozed her house. That's what it said. I couldn't imagine when you come home and it's nothing but rubble. Nothing but rubble.
You pull in the driveway.
And I think basically saying that they hit the wrong house. Her name is Susan Hodgkins, and she was coming back from vacation. She received a call from a neighbor asking if she hired someone to tear down a house. A family member went over to investigate and asked the crew member, it's called You Call It, We Haul It, is the name of the company.
Wow.
To see a permit. It was then that the crew member realized that he just torn down a house at the wrong address. Whoa. Man, you're building a palace, aren't you? You're suing for everything you can. It's all your...
So the insurance company's got to cover that?
I don't know. I would assume their insurance company would have to cover it.
Yeah.
And think about if you've ever had a house fire, like my parents' house burned down, it's every picture, it's every memory, it's every things you can't replace. You'll never replace. So that's all gone, smashed in the rubble. Wow. I mean, maybe you could salvage a few things, a picture, maybe, but that's about it. Holy shit! Wow, I shouldn't laugh at that.
I don't know if you put a price on that.
No, you can't. All right,
I'd find a price.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I think
first class flights everywhere I want to go and a nice house.
Yeah, let me see if I can get.
House is deploted. Down, gone. The home sits on Lakewood Avenue in southwest Atlanta, and no one was living inside at the time. It's been boarded up for about 15 years.
Oh,
and we keep it boarded, covered, the grass cut, the yards cleaned up, taxes paid. Hodgson says she hasn't heard anything from the company responsible. You call it, we haul it, and it's based in Atlanta. It's just hard to believe that somebody just thinks they got the right just to come up and tear something up and just walk away from it and leave it and come back.
I thought this was something a little more sinister.
This sounds like something that's happened in the city of Rochester. I've heard this.
Where they've just come and demolished a boarded up house.
Yeah.
A rumbled mess. The whole house is just deported in the...
Well, here's...
to deport the house?
To figure out what to do next. I think he owes us an apology and... fix the problem.
Okay, but here's
so what I'm starting to think. Residency.
No, it's not. But if you have a boarded up house, even if you keep the yard, shit starts going in there.
Shit, right.
And it starts living in there. Yes. Now we've got mice and raccoons, people living in there. It can become a nuisance to the other people who actually use the home as their residence. So I wonder if this wasn't so much.
I would guarantee your taxes are not paid up. All right, back out here
live. I did reach out to the company and got a response.
I mean, it's just a big pile of rubble.
They also said they're working to rectify the situation. Now, the family involved says they have not heard from the company at all. Hopefully, they can get some answers after this. They're also worried about any maybe water or gas lines that might have been possibly ruptured. They just honestly do not know at this moment. Of course,
yeah, so standing right on that pile of rubble, dummy.
The official statement from the company was...
You smell it.
Yes, and you don't just demolish a house. You have the gas lines removed, the water lines. Come on now.
The official statement from that company was, my bad.
The company's like, yeah, we're looking into it. Yeah, hopefully she never calls again.
Something isn't adding up on that one. No. Something's not adding up. All right, we'll take a moment. When we come back, Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward. Long relationship.
Yep.
Paul Newman, who raced in Le Mans at 80 years old.
Yeah, good salad race. Good salad dressing, too.
It was not a bad salad dressing.
It was okay.
He was a great race car driver, though.
Yeah.
He really was. His daughter, someone found some of the first love letters, and they're supposed to be very explicit love letters that he wrote. And I'm just wondering, think about if you found your parents' love letters. What would you do with them?
Burn them.
What would you do with them?
I want to see that shit.
We'll get into it next. But first, Victor, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Route 96 in Victor. You know what's around the corner? another Western New York winter. How's your ride? Is it going to get through another Western New York winter? Because they have the things that will get you and your family safely through whatever winter throws at us in 2023, 2024. Kevin was just test driving the Grand Wagoneer. Wow. I was in the passenger seat. It's got massage seats. It's got everything. I mean, it's one of the safest vehicles I have ever been in. One of the most comfortable, luxurious vehicles I've ever been in either. But the massage seats, I mean, come on, man. You can see it and test drive it at Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where you can also find a 2023 Jeep Compass Sport Utility, 42 months, 10,000 miles per year, $289 per month, $3,500 cash or trade. First payment, DMV taxes and fees due at signing. Must be a conquest or returning leasee. Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. See everything they have online at victorcdjr.com and in person on Route 96 in Victor.
CobblestoneOnMain.com.
Dr. Eduardo Torato at Torato Dental. I wouldn't send you to a dentist unless I fully trusted them. And this is the best dental care I've ever received. And what I love about them is they educate you on all your options when you're having services done. But not only that, they're educating on you on how to better care for your mouth. Look, pretty much everything that goes into our body pretty much goes through our mouth. Toronto Dental is going to keep that mouth in tip-top shape, or help you keep your mouth in tip-top shape, which is so very important. And I love that about all the education and the suggestions they give you. And each time I go in, I go, oh, I tried that, and every 6 months to have my teeth cleaned. And they say, yeah, we can tell. I feel a little bit better. I feel like I got an A on my dental report card. Give them a call at 442-1900. And when you go there, say hello to my friend, Dr. Eduardo Torato. Torato Dental at ToratoDental.com.
Red, White, and Brew. Learn more at redwhiteandbrewrock.com.
Manscaped. You know what just arrived for me? The Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to try it. I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's kind of funny, right? Because you're talking about your balls and down there and all that. But I'm excited to see how close it gets. I can't wait to tell you all about it. The box is just arrived as I was heading to the studio today. So I'm very excited about this. You know what else they have, though? Keep that nose and ear hair trimmed. I tell you this because, look, as the cooler weather comes, we're going to be inside a little closer together. You don't want to have something sticking out of your nose, waving at people every time you breathe. No. You got to get the Weed Whacker 2.0, and you're going to get 20% off with it when you use the code BILL20. That's right. You can trim ear hair and nose hair. It's the better way to do that. Skin-safe technology avoids nicks, scrapes, and tugs, and you get 20% off when you use the code BILL20 at manscaped.com.
She's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her head. She acts like summer and walks like rain. Reminds me that there's a time to change. Since the return of her stay on the moon, she listens like spring and she talks like June.
It's coming up.
Okay. I'm listening.
Tell me, did you sail
Right.
across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky
Right
Way
here.
to see the lights all fading? And that heaven is over.
Not even remotely
close to Van Halen. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You guys don't even get it.
Don't get it.
It totally sounds like Van Halen's over.
Oh, my God. Hang on a second. How drunk do you get? What the fuck? Serious. I know you're not drinking now, but when you come up with these theories, you were hammered. You had to be.
I was not hammered. Maybe I was.
Sounds just like, how are you telling me? I'm not Van Halen. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I got to say this. The power of suggestion. Okay? The video I'm looking at has the words. So I'm not a fair judge of this. That's not to your point. And who's the comic? There's a comic. He's an international. I think he's British or he's somewhere from the UK. And he does songs like what he thinks he hears and what is actually heard. And it's like the power of suggestion. Once he says what he thinks he hears, that's exactly what I hear. So I can't be a fair judge to that.
You can't, but I can hear it.
You can hear Van Halen?
Can you really?
I can.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
okay.
I can't.
Well,
No?
let me just play it one more time just to see. Because
Did you make it to the Milky Way to see the lights all faded? And that heaven is over.
oh my God, now that you said it and I'm not looking at it, Van Halen is over. But again,
I didn't hear it.
It's the power of
I hear
suggestion.
the T and the very pronounced.
Yeah. Yeah. But now, and I also know I did an interview with him backstage at Darien Lake. It was fantastic.
Pat Monahan?
Yeah, we walked around, talked. He was so good. I think I actually hit him in the face with the microphone because he was moving away. So I went like this. But
Sorry, Pat, that wasn't the microphone.
No, he stepped away because
Bill Moran is overrated.
Mark wanted to watch.
I don't know who was opening, but we were back there. They were doing a wine tasting because they have that Save Me San Francisco wine. And so we were at the wine tasting, and so he and I got talking, and he agreed to talk to me. I had a great conversation with him at Darien Lake. Then I was backstage with them at CMAC, and his music teacher from Erie came up. So he was very caught up with her, but his high school music teacher came in. And I always liked this band.
I always did too.
I have family members who thought their lyrics were absolutely ridiculous and couldn't stand them. But
they do a whole album of Led Zeppelin 4.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard
maybe
them.
Maybe it's not 4. They do a whole Led Zeppelin album.
I heard them do Bowie Under Pressure. They did a great job, and it wasn't him singing. It was somebody else in the band who I didn't recognize came out and sang. Now I got to find this guy. Just the power of. I'll have to find it for next time you guys are in. I'll look for it. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the album the Led Zeppelin album that they do. I don't see it.
Well, they do a bunch of covers on stuff.
This is a whole Led
Zeppelin album they did.
Yeah.
Really? Well, see, he's from Erie, but the band's from San Francisco. But he was a painter out there
in San Francisco.
Yeah, he was painting like church steeples, and he would paint all day and then go in and just to try to make it. Just trying to get the band to go. You got it?
Yeah, they do Led Zeppelin. They do Led Zeppelin 2, the whole album.
So it's Train doing Led Zeppelin 2.
Yeah.
We got to hear just a little bit of this.
And it's not bad. I mean, he can sing that shit.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, Train plays Led Zeppelin 2 Ramble On at Mountain Jam. That Mountain Jam was downstate, I'm pretty sure here. They do it in the Catskills. Here's Whole Lot of Love.
I was going to say play a Whole Lot of Love.
Yeah. This is one of my favorites from Zeppelin. I used to have to get the lead out. Now I would know that's not Robert Plant.
Right.
But damn, that's close.
It sounds like Led Zeppelin with Pat Monahan.
Now, here's the bad part. I always go, and I think we talked about it last week about covers, right? And you said even Mark. But I would take this from them because it's so.
See, and I'm not a music guy like you is.
Yeah.
And I would say, oh, that's Led Zeppelin, and not know the difference.
The comic you're looking for is Peter Kay.
I got it right here. Peter Kay. This is pretty damn good.
I think yeah.
Wow. I had no idea. I've seen them do a bunch of covers on stage. I think they even did a Prince song when I saw them once. I think that's what they did at.
That's impressive. That's hard to do.
Yeah. I mean, they're talented as hell. All right, here's this comedian that with the misheard lyrics, and you'll see what I'm saying.
Karaoke. When you're singing on a karaoke, you haven't got a clue that those were words. I was singing Take That, Back for Good. Wash your back, wash your back, wash your back. Want your back? What's this? Want your back. I've been singing Wash Your Back 15 years. It's only when you go on a karaoke and you see lyrics, that's what they're supposed to be singing. You know that song, We Are Family? For years I thought they were singing, Just Let Me Staple the Vicar. Right? Who's right and who's wrong here? Listen.
All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me stay for the record.
Let me staple the vicar. See? It's the power of suggestions. Once he says it, that's what I can hear. What do you got?
Pearl Jam. There's a great Pearl Jam one. Yellow Lead Belly.
Yeah. Ledbetter?
Ledbetter, yeah. Let's see.
Yellow Ledbetter. I don't remember the thing. Well, anyway, it's derailed.
You may want to just redo this whole episode.
That's all right. No, the whole episode's been pretty good, I thought. Up until I liked Mark's story. What do you got?
Oh, do you want to hear this? Or
Yeah,
not?
what is it?
Well, I think you have to see the video though, in order to understand it.
Who is it?
It's misheard lyrics. Pearl Jam, Yellow Ledbetter.
Oh, and you got to pull it up. Is it a comedian or somebody?
No, it's somebody actually does it. Yeah, it won't be.
I'll find it.
It won't be good enough here.
When you were growing up, did you ever hear your parents going at it?
No.
Never?
God, no.
No. Anybody?
Nope.
No. I never remember hearing my parents. My parents were teachers. My dad, years later, go, why do you think we would lock the door on snow days? You guys would kind of come in the morning and tell us school was closed. We knew. I was like, what? But then Paul Newman didn't live far from where I lived. And my first guy I worked for in radio raced Porsches against him at Lime Rock in Connecticut. And then Paul was a big race car driver for years and had gone over to Le Mans and did the 24-hour race. I think he was 80 the last time he did it. So his daughter has found a bunch of old letters that he wrote to his mom, and they're supposed to be very explicit. Like
that he wrote to
Joanne.
Her mom.
Her mom. Yeah. To Joanne. So it's your parents, but she wants to put them in a book. And I don't know that I'd want to read or anybody else reading about my parents. And by the way, Joanne Woodward somewhere, and I would love to find the interview because no one believes me, had said at one point she knew that there were a lot of women that were going after him. And that when he was away, she's like, as long as he came home to me, I didn't care what happened.
That's the way it was back then.
Yeah.
That's why nobody got divorced.
It had to be. You're probably right.
Everybody knew what the guy was out screwing around. They just didn't care. They didn't let it go.
Yeah, the guy always had a girlfriend. Yeah.
Yep.
How is that possible?
It just worked that way. You do it now, man. People fucking
well, because you got cameras everywhere.
Shit.
But I mean, they knew. They just turned a blind eye.
Friday for the Kumar.
They didn't
Saturday
ask,
for
right?
The wife.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, all right. Well, this is the greatest thing. Is like I always go 1950s. Somebody would leave work at 3:00 in the afternoon and not get home till 9:00 at night.
Right.
You couldn't call them. You didn't know where they were. You didn't know what was happening.
Right.
You just figured, that was the way it was.
Where they were, they were at the bar drinking martinis.
That's right.
In Manhattans.
Yeah, and getting to know their secretary a little bit better.
Paul Newman though, what a great actor.
Yeah, I mean he had yes, of course.
I mean, I watched this recently, The Hustler, and then I watched The Color of Money.
Oh yeah.
I never understood why they didn't do a new one with Tom Cruise and a protege. You know what I mean? I thought that would be kind of cool if maybe they will, but
maybe he may not be. Well, I don't know where Cruise is at in terms of like hanging, passing on the baton there.
That's true.
I don't know. He was cool with the whole Maverick thing. He certainly played the older guy. They had younger. I mean, that was a great movie.
That was a great movie.
That was a great movie.
Miles Teller's a great actor too. He's underrated.
Color of Money. That'd be interesting to see.
I would think that he plays that role.
Yeah, he does play it pretty well.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Cruise is the Scientology thing is a weird one though.
That's the problem.
I think it is.
No one takes him seriously.
I think people get a little funky now.
Well, because of Leah Remini freaking is blowing it out of the water.
Yeah, but it sounds like there's like maybe they should look into it. I don't know. We have the freedom of religion in this country. That's the weird part. But man, they go after it like they're witches.
We walked right past the Scientology church downtown Philly.
Yeah,
big building said Church of Scientology.
We walked into the one in Clearwater.
You did?
Yeah, I wanted to
go see it.
And what was it like? Just any other building?
Disappointing.
Yeah, it wasn't really anything. No, I mean there was more to it. We couldn't get to it though.
Yeah,
there's that's where all the houses are, and that's where the people live and stuff like that.
It's like a gated community.
No, this was a downtown building that we could just walk in and
this was just a regular ass looking building.
No, but what are you saying?
There was a gate there. Overmore, we didn't go to. There is a gated community. Yeah,
you have to be a Scientologist to live in it.
Yes, you have to be part of Scientology to live in it. You got to watch Leah Remini's Scientology
What is it on?
show.
Showtime?
No, I think it's on Netflix now.
Oh, okay.
But it was on A&E, I think, for a while.
Yeah.
She just totally blew that whole freaking thing out of the water.
Well, it sounds like it was, kind of fucked up.
It was fucked up.
No medicines, right?
But people try to escape, like they harass her and the other guy. She has a bodyguard at all times.
It's almost like they need Tom Cruise for all the money.
And John Travolta.
Oh, I forgot John Travolta.
And they don't go after people like us. They want the people with all the money,
well,
right?
Remember you checked in there and people were flipping out. They're like, they're going to get you all your money. He goes, I'm fucking broke. Come and get me.
What are they going to get?
What do they believe? Like a spaceship comes down and saves?
I tried to get into it when Leah was doing it. I just could not get into it.
It was because it's very boring and confusing on what they do. I mean, Hubbard was the guy,
right?
And somehow it turned into this cult. And the guy that runs the thing like beats up people and hits people and takes kids.
It's like he's running a gambling ring.
What
in Greece?
I don't know. Maybe it could be something like that. Wow. Yeah, I should find out more. I've never been that interested because you always heard some. Basically, like I think they warded off Western medicine for the most part. Like they didn't want you taking medicine. It was usually let your I think it was more to let your body handle things or let. Right,
Tom Cruise, because when he made the comment about Brooke Shields taking the medicine,
yes, that was over her postpartum depression.
Yeah, and that was on Matt Lauer, I think.
Antidepressants,
and he almost kicked Matt Lauer's ass.
Yeah, he did.
It's like
I kept pushing back.
I'm just like Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
but that's the main thing. That everything's all natural stuff like that. But the scary part is when someone wants to leave.
You can't leave.
It's like Hotel California.
It's like the Rolling Stones. You got to die to leave, man. Keith ain't going to let you walk out of there.
When you think you got out, they pull you back
in. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. All right, we'll close it out for a Monday. What, are you taking your headphones off already?
I thought we were done.
No, we are. I thought you had great stuff tonight.
Really? I didn't bore you with my sad story?
No, I thought it was interesting. I think it's very relatable to people. I think a lot of people have been there before. Yeah. I don't know. And Matt's happy because Cowboys didn't play this week. They won last week. Kevin's happy.
It's like a vacation.
We're not happy.
We're not happy. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.